under Lloyd's feet. It began to rise higher up the young man's body. Knowledge, soil mechanics, hydrology, structural mechanics, water supply system, design of steel and concrete structures, the highest level of design. The system wrote that the hero, surprisingly, knows a lot. The brown-haired man frowned and shouted that he definitely needed to get a word in. Notification, possible improvement of knowledge-based skills. Topographic survey, base, required number of points 15. Design, base, required number of points 15. The guy crossed his arms and thought that it was not entirely clear what and how, but there was enough RP and he could try. He clicked on both options. Skill name, topographic survey, base. His eyes suddenly began to glow, and the hero leaned out the window with a scream. The young man saw a virtual grid for design in front of him. Lloyd was surprised that even without using GPS he could calculate everything, just seeing everything with his own eyes. Skill name, design, base. The brown-haired man began to draw a diagram of the house right in the air in front of him. Just recently he had suffered, drawing a project on a piece of paper. The hero sat down on the bed and thought that in the future, of course, it would be much easier for him, but would Xavier's help alone be enough? The guy raised an eyebrow and dreamed that it would be nice to summon heavy equipment. The system reported that there was something to summon. The young man looked at the screen in shock. Random phantom selection. Using RP, you can summon a phantom. Different capabilities, different skills. Choose a phantom partner who will try his best for you in everything. The hero noted that this looked like an advertisement for the game. He squinted and saw on the screen that one phantom choice 50 RP. Lloyd frowned and realized that he was not enough, only 1 point remained. The brown-haired man thoughtfully touched his chin and imagined that the phantom could be a mythical animal like a dragon or a unicorn. In this case, their strength would be equal to the strength of heavy equipment. The guy frowned and decided that he needed to collect RP, and to do this he needed to get the interest of the main characters. Meatloaf slammed his hand on the table and, looking at the Baron, said that he could suggest one way if he didn't have a penny. He grinned and said that a man could sell his wife and children and get good money. Arcus looked at his interlocutor in shock and asked again. The hero said that he should maintain the boundaries of decency even if he was a creditor. The guy put his hand on the fat guest's shoulder. The man recoiled and asked who he was. The father looked at the young man in confusion and said his name. Meatloaf narrowed his eyes and muttered that he was that special naughty eldest son who butted into adults' conversations. He wanted to threaten the guy to leave, but he interrupted him. The hero extended his hand and demanded to see the invitation letter first. The Moneylenders shuddered in surprise. Lloyd bowed his head and said that the fundamental law of the kingdom, Chapter 3, Article 6, states that all aristocracy are subjects of the king and have the right to protect their interests. He looked menacingly at the guests and declared that entering the residence of the aristocracy without an invitation letter is considered an intrusion, and this is contained in the law. The interlocutors got angry and shouted that this was nonsense. The young man raised an eyebrow and suggested that they all check together for the presence of the law. The guy frowned and called